Welcome back to the Armchair Generals,
where we talk 40K's news, tactics, and lore.
And so much more. We hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to jump right in.
They are on time today. Slightly shocking, but...
I know, that extra hour must have helped.
All right, I'm going to kick that.
Thank you for doing us an extra hour there.
I appreciate it. Oh, and we should have a Novastar joining us shortly. So
yes,
pretty good. It's coming along. So I've used all the new Necromunda scenery, and a little bit of Orc scenery thrown in there as well. So I've been having lots of fun with scenery recently. How about yourself, Anna? What's your hobby look like?
Well, as you know, I've been working on Dark Angels since the new 40K launch. Can I still call it new? It doesn't seem old yet.
Looking in the background behind Eddie here.
I'm going to go
see what I can see.
Working on Dark Angels. They released.
Looks like a Blood Bowl team or something behind him, behind his head. I see some sort of fortification there off to his right-hand side. It looks like, at least. I can't tell for sure because it's so fuzzy.
Yeah, there is a exactly. Feel first himself.
Well, I like the idea that it's a fallen interception that the word would go out in a circle.
Adam doesn't usually have anything hiding in the background, so we don't have to worry about looking on his screen.
Yeah, Eddie was the one previously that had spoilers in the background.
Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose. I think it was just how his room was arranged.
He's got a table full of dev stuff.
Yeah. Although interesting, do you see the gigantic Primaris Marine back there behind him? I can't tell what it looks. It looks like it might be painted as a flesh terror, though.
I'm pretty sure that's the big Bandai Ultramarine behind Eddie.
Oh, I can't tell. It doesn't look blue to me.
Yeah, both of those things are looking pretty special, aren't they? So I've been messing with them.
To get my mega coffee on today.
Yeah.
That is very good, Chewer. Ready to be a Warhammer 40,000 Warbuck.
What is that beautiful thing?
That's wild.
I have no idea.
The Black Orc.
Turkish.
I was turning Black Orcs into knobs.
Okay.
So it's worth giving a little acknowledgement.
Eddie is a man after my own heart. If he's building an orc army, that gives me hope because he knows more than we do.
One of my favorite things.
That's actually not a bad take there, because yeah, orcs are, well, they're orcs right now, and
well,
could be he just loves the army.
It would just be, yeah, it could be, but it would be really nice if they were competitive. I don't need them to be the best army out there. I just want them to be worth shelf space.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the aspect you're playing from. If you're playing from loving the orcs and the collection aspect, then they're always worth the shelf space. But
I mean, I do like the army. It's just one of those things like, I mean, I don't feel like I can get out there and moving over stuff.
I love Tyranids, but there's definitely been points in time where Tyranids have not been worth playing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even if you are a casual player, like purely casual, you still don't want to lose all the time.
Exactly, yeah. And it's different when, like, you and I, or you and Secretary Nidbait, or me and Secretary Nidbait, or, our unnamed, because we haven't gotten permission to talk about him, Tao friend, play, because we're approaching it from the point of everybody trying to have fun, and that's the main objective of our games together. But when we go and show up and play, kickoff.
And then there's the Warhammer Underworld as well. So it's a good mix.
Okay, they're just jabbering back and
off
forth.
Like games wise.
Got it. I can hardly hear their audio, so.
Brand new rules, incredible Like
What was that?
miniatures for the
I can hardly hear their audio, so
Oh, okay.
stuff. Like we've seen 86 has Gargant, they've been incredible.
it's okay.
Lumineth.
I mean, they very rarely have a huge impact on my opinion. They're just the presenters.
Yeah.
I think.
But back to what I was saying, those games are for fun. Yeah, we don't really approach those from the same mindset we might at a tournament, which I don't really attend tournaments, but I know you do on the occasion. And or even just a pickup game at our friendly local game store. Hey, there's a Nova. And you can't really successfully show up at a store or tournament with a org army or a Tyranid army and expect to do anything, except for if nobody expects them to show up, you might get a surprise win out of those in those sort of situations because they just aren't built to handle your army,
I mean, there's very specific orc armies that win, but
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've covered this, ad nauseum, so I'm not going to keep raking over the coals there. But
no, I do understand the frustration. I mean,
yeah,
I've got an Eldar army, and I don't want to play the meta army that is what wins right now. So my Eldar sit on the shelf.
Yep.
You had Ashes, you had
I mean, there's also a thing to say about player skill. Because if you hand Nick Nonavani an orc army, he's going to do good.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, it's like giving Rembrandt a pack of Crayola. He's still going to make you something nice.
I mean, there is something to be said for that, yes.
But, I mean, that takes a lot of practice and a lot of years of just playing.
Yep.
Yeah, we all know that I'm not the most diligent at getting games in. I prefer the modeling and painting. So
we've got all three of us back. It is very early, especially for Nova. Nova's in the land of the West, so to speak, for the U.S.
yeah, he's in a time zone 2 hours behind me and Crash. So he's
It's not even 6 a.m. here.
Nova, can you hear? I'll turn it back up. Can you hear their volume?
What really sort of floated your boat as far as
Now I can, yeah.
Okay,
So I think Age of Sigmar actually.
just turn them up a little bit.
That's what I'm pointing out, as I was saying, has had an enormous.
So I didn't get a chance to do the speculation video with you guys because of life.
Oh, I hope there's oats.
amount of people who've been looking.
Actually, after you brought that up in our group chat, I would not be mad at all to see some Zotes. That'd be so cool to bring them back, especially as
People now see
a
miniatures.
full army unto their own and not attached to any other army like they do classically in like first edition be a Tyranid slave species. They weren't even like bio engineered. They were like driven before the Tyranid swarms or something like that. So
Yeah, they were weird. They were in the Tyranid book, but they weren't Tyranids.
yeah. So that'd be pretty cool if they got their own little flesh out. And then obviously Decadence and Decay. They're definitely pointing at Slanesh with this. The Decay part, maybe some Nurgle, or maybe there's Skaven there that could possibly be.
So
I think they're going to show off the Nurgle book that comes out next month.
I'm sure we'll get some Death Guard previews, but on Signals from the Frontline, Frontline's main show over there, some of the people in the chat were saying they think it could be Dark Eldar.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. That'd be awesome, actually. Nurgle and Dark Eldar.
I don't think so because of that font.
Yeah, not spiky enough.
The font really leans Death Guard to me.
Yeah. But yeah, there's three possibilities on the Decay side that we could see, which Death Guard being the strongest, and then Skaven potentially, and then maybe very tiny outside chance of seeing something goblin related?
Nah, I don't think so.
I doubt it too, because usually they use something that looks like slapped together, nailed together boards and junk for
AOS
orcs and
big
goblins.
rats, like redone for AOS would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
We shall see.
Completely agree. It's fun watching the chat's response to what is the best looking army.
What flavor of Imperial Marines do you guys think might get revealed today, if any?
Somebody's calling for the Black Templar.
Come on, show off a new Dante model.
Ooh, yes.
what was that?
I hope they show off a new Dante model.
Dante Primarisized? Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
100%.
That model's still good, even though it's ancient.
How would they make him a flying jump pack boy, though?
Because
Frank has a jump pack.
master, he'd just be like, I got more pimp armor, guys. Sorry, you might have to cut that out, but I mean, it'd be pretty sweet. All right, you guys, we're good now. You guys can start doing stuff.
Yeah. A little bit of hype time is fine, but
This huge preamble is a little bit much. Hey, at least they're doing this on a Saturday and not a Sunday, because if it was Sunday, Sotcho would have to work. What is this he's showing us? Oh,
The Caradron's Bugman model.
yeah. Like, look, another mini I haven't built, guys.
I'd like to paint one.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to have one, but I just don't want to. I'm trying to get out of the shiny model syndrome, which is kind of, for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a joke in the 40K / AOS world. I used to be really bad. Like, shiny new promo model, it was pretty much a guaranteed I was going to buy it unless it was Skaven. I mean, I bought Harry the Hammer. I bought pretty much all of them. And, well, marriage cured that. So
Nova still has shiny model syndrome, though.
What? He's personally attacked by that.
Nova has a I swap armies a lot problem. But
Bro, I have never seen anybody swap armies around like Nova does and get good deals out of it, too.
exactly, that's what I was just fixing to say, is he always gets his money's worth. He very rarely loses out in those trades and swaps that he does.
But, I mean, and that does play also into the fact that Nova tends to be on the more competitive side with 40K, and, you know, it kind of tends to require the newest, you know, snazzy stuff that has come out, and the newest army builds and whatnot.
As an aside, before we get going, Crash, your name is showing as your real name.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, well, yours is shown as your girlfriend's.
That's true. So, but
I don't know why it does that.
yeah, just thought you might want to know.
I don't know
Mine
if
is
it's
showing
up on the
correctly.
videos or not.
Yours shows correctly there, Nova, but not ours. I don't even know. Does it even show in the recording our names? There.
That's what I just said. I don't know if it even shows in the recording or not. I should probably check and see. Oh,
Woohoo!
here we go.
Oh, they're starting with the big guns.
Yeah.
We must save Cybertron.
Well, that guy looks like a Blood Angels offshoot.
I dig that color scheme, though.
Yeah, I do too, actually.
There's old typhus. Oh, the Terminus Est. It's going down.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Metallica. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Forge
Warzone.
World.
Warzone Metallica.
Yep, they just had to drop an L to keep it from being copyright infringement.
Rust and Rot in a World of Iron. Okay.
Worldwide. Come on, do a worldwide event.
So, what on earth are we
That would be really cool.
Absolutely, Adam. So this is the next big narrative jump for Warhammer 40,000. We are into a new edition, as we know. We've seen a lot of Necron and Space Marine stuff going on in the Pariah Nexus, but that is far from the only danger that the Imperium faces.
So I saw Sisters of Battle.
Which is the ever-present threat.
I saw AdMech, and I saw a heretofore unnamed
they've been planning
Space Marine chapter.
one
He's
of those
explaining
key
what we
invasions.
just
You're
saw.
going to see the Death Guard board, with Typhus at its head
Hard here, I'm sorry.
in the Terminus Est, sent by Abaddon to try and conquer a key Forge world within the Imperium. This is one of the named worlds, the world of Metallica, in the Charadan sector. So this is basically the war for Metallica and the surrounding system. So this is the first book. It's called Warzone Charadan, and it's Act 1, which would give you the indication that this might not be the only act that we see.
To get this.
But this is a huge, chunky narrative book with loads of stories.
So my Night House is House Raven, and they're actually sworn to the Forge World Metallica.
Oh, really?
The thing I like here is I've followed Warhammer 40,000 for 30 years now, and one of the things that people always ask is what will happen to the narrative? Will we ever see the narrative progress? And I think the Warhammer studio have really.
All right, I'm going to put them down so we can talk. Yeah, I imagine you do get the question, when is the narrative going to progress? It was stalled for 20 years.
Yeah.
When we all started playing, the 13th Black Crusade launched and just, hung out for 2 decades.
And then they retconned it.
And then they retconned it, and then they brought it back. And the narrative, so to speak, for 40K was a mess for a long time.
Yeah. I actually like that they're advancing the story. I mean, as annoying as it can make things to keep up with sometimes, the fact that it advances, 2, sometimes 3 times a year is kind of nice.
Well, it's now been over 100 years since the 13th Black Crusade.
Yeah.
Since the
I think it's been 200 years since the Indomitus Crusade in the game.
Oh, really?
So since the box of Primaris versus Nurgle, I think it's been like 200 plus years.
Oh, wow.
I think it's only been a little over 100.
Y'all know far better than I do. So.
That's easy to.
It probably depends what side of the rift you're on. Time moves different.
That too. For Dante and them, Cadia had just fallen, and then Robbie G shows up with reinforcements like, nah, dog, it's been a century.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just lore. Not just this implies that lore is a brilliant stuff. The thing I'm most excited about, but there are implications for collecting different factions as well.
That's
Implications. He's talking about rules, Dennis Reynolds style.
what?
It's a funny running joke from the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's the implication.
So Era Indomitus. Era Indominus was 999 Millennium 41. And then Plague Wars, which is the most recent event, is 111 Millennium 42. So it's been 111 years.
Ooh, they just said there's new rules for knights in this book.
Ooh.
There's also some Xenos stuff in there as well,
Ooh.
so there'll be some stuff for the Zakari. They're kind of taking advantage of the chaos that's going on to, get their raiding done, gather some resources, which usually means slaves and victims mostly for them,
Yeah, and that video gave us a really strong indicator of the fact.
Ooh, people burning on the app in their sub chat.
Because in the video we see they're
I mean,
present or they're not ultramarine, and obviously you've got
that's what happens when you go and start a new development crew from ground up.
One of their problems too is they stopped selling the codexes digitally, and a lot of people buy them like that now.
Yeah.
the value to Imperium after Terra.
Yep. I mean,
It's more convenient.
people want the digital codex. I mean, sure, what you get on the app is nifty, but it's not a comprehensive codex.
No, there's no lore, background, or anything.
Yeah. And people want to be able to read that digitally. I mean, I'm not a digital book person, as anybody who knows me knows. I just have a very hard time with digital books. But a lot of people love having PDF access. I think it was a huge mistake on their part to take that away.
Yeah. Well, it also has reduced the piracy of their products.
Ooh, mission pack.
So alongside
Crusade mission pack.
we also
I love the support they're doing for Crusade.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, so Crusade obviously is a new part of Warhammer 40,000 that launched with this new edition that we're now in. And Crusade has been hugely popular. This is a way to play narrative games of Warhammer 40,000 that link up together. You can take your army to different war zones, fighting different opponents, earn experience, expand your force. And this is another place, another expansion for Crusade specifically. So what this gives you is loads of missions. It gives you lots of Crusade content that you can earn. And effectively, this is themed around that book that we just saw, around the Sharadan War. But you can apply this to any army in Warhammer 40,000.
Oh,
So
British
if you want
pronunciations.
your force of orcs, or your force of Tau, or your force of
Why? What did they say that was goofy?
Sheridan.
This,
Oh.
battle in this field,
Yeah, we've established that.
Crusade gains and earn relics that you could not otherwise earn. So you've got all these kind of corrupted chaos artifacts, but also kind of archaeological ancient fiction,
So
all sorts of
he was in charge of saying it would be the Carsharidons.
also a nervous your whole book is ways that your Nurgle trying to infect.
I'm pretty sure Space Sharks don't share.
Particularly for the Chaos players and Nurgle players, this is a really good book.
Car share Adon.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and it's too early for jokes.
That was a particularly bad one, though, there, Crash. Come on.
Don't have to be a dad for dad jokes.
They had 30,000 people watching, and like 400 just went away.
It's probably worth us moving on a little bit from this. We talked about the Awesome Book of Rust and its accompanying.
They must not like the pronunciation either.
That's not the only thing new for 40K on the near horizon.
Either that or they just popped in before they had real life stuff.
Oh, look at the Dark Angels book.
This is
Ooh.
through your and mine.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
Nice.
Oh, that's sick.
These are all the Dark Angels codexes that have existed. Right-hand side,
Sorry, I had to move the window for our.
forthcoming supplement Dark Angels.
Make it.
Yeah, so I think
Why?
for me, a great slide because I think we were saying before, but the very first thing I ever had as a book about Warhammer 40,000 was the Ancient.
Yeah, their codex cover artists have gotten really good lately.
I like 3rd and 4th editions codex cover. Obviously, I like 2nd edition because Blood Angels are amazing. But I think the Dark Angel codex has really dropped the ball on the 6th and 7th, and then 8th they just reuse 6s.
Both of us, Dark Angels fans, pretty much think that book.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. So
See, I don't like the 4th edition Dark Angels cover, but I love I do and I don't. I think the Interrogator Chaplain on the Dark Angels cover for 4th looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
Standing there like with his Crozius out thrust, it looks derpy to me.
Yeah.
The guys around him look great, but I mean it's a recreation of the 3rd edition cover. I mean, you can look
It
at
is.
Oh yeah, 100%. Except it doesn't hit as well as the 3rd edition cover.
No.
but
But it also doesn't.
all the 9th edition covers so far have just been gorgeous.
Yeah, they have. Which actually, if I'm not mistaken,
Tell us about what you
Oh,
no, I am. This
well,
one.
Yeah, so
on another note,
starting
I wanted to thank my work because they gave us gift certificates for employee appreciation, and I chose to buy the Death Watch Codex.
angles, I suppose, unexpected, but are kind of very
So that'll be on the way.
first and foremost, there's lots of Crusade content in there that gives you loads of interesting ways to play your Dark Angel army over a course of several games. And one of the ones that's probably the most thematic is this one, which is Interrogation. So effectively, if you can find somebody who's got a force of fallen angels, I have a force of fallen angels, Adam, if you want to just play it, more than happy.
I put them down for you.
Oh, this is for Crusade, I think.
I've seen Fallen being used on the battlefield less than Kroot.
Yeah.
In fact,
one of the things we know about
what's the other bug race? I can't remember their names. Vespid.
Vespid.
I've seen more Vespid in this game than I have seen Fallen.
Well, because they're for Chaos, they're no different from
Regular.
Chosen.
Don't they get, maybe they did. I don't know if they do anymore, but they used to get the veteran options from Codex Space Marines.
Oh, maybe. But the one annoying thing about Fallen is they cause discord in your army. Or they did. Or maybe that was just a cyber rule.
Well, I know they got a rules update in War of the Spider. I think they did.
I haven't looked at anything for Fallen. I never saw the point in it.
Yeah.
'Cause-
I mean, the only time I wanted to do Fallen is when I was really into Chaos and wanted to irk you.
I like the
Check out my squad of Fallen.
was it 3rd or 4th edition where anybody, any other Marine army that you fought as Dark Angels could potentially have a Fallen in it that they
I
didn't?
think it was any army.
Was it? Okay.
And
Yeah,
you
you
get
know what I'm
special
talking
points for interrogating their characters.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cool thing. And if they brought that back, that'd be awesome. Because then you wouldn't have to have your opponent wouldn't have to take a Fallen for you to be able to do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, your army has to have destroyed units, fallen units to get this interrogation thing for Crusade. So never.
Basically, yeah, there's no point in taking him and
Unless
then
this codex updates the rules for Fallen into something well worth taking.
yeah.
Oh, and the Chaos Codex? Yeah.
I mean, if Fallen can take storm shields and things like that.
Oh yeah, then they're auto including a space in a Chaos army.
Okay, look.
Oh,
Just give Cypher a safe back. Ooh, there we go.
maybe it was Dark Eldar for Decadence.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Jakari.
coming early in
No, it's Dark Eldar.
It's Dark Eldar.
is the second Xenos
I like it. They got the same kind of back banners as
alongside Space Marines with the most
Eldar.
and now Decay.
Speaking of back banners, I got my Blood Angels in the mail yesterday, and my Ultramarines. Super happy.
We are going to
Yes.
They're so much better in person.
the new cover on the old Codex with the new logo on.
We need to
Fun
just make a video dedicated to showing off Nova's new.
field units will have changes, will be more effective, will work more thematically, and obviously there is a huge amount of Crusade content in this for Shikari players particularly.
He just said the book is
Yeah, absolutely.
fundamentally reworked.
That'll piss off some folks.
A little bit about one of the major changes.
Because remember that one dude? Oh, never mind.
No, I mean, that'll make every Dark Eldar player happy. Well, anyone that's not just a whiny git.
Yeah.
Oh, Klavex has 2 wounds.
Oh, they have 3 attacks apiece now.
And 4
Notice that weapon skill 2+,
for the
Ooh.
Clavex. Nice.
on characters
Oh,
from
weapon skill
Warhammer
2.
40,000. So these guys are going to be hitting you on a 2+. You
Oh,
can,
I love it.
Well, that makes sense.
and with Blade,
That gives us some hope for Eldar.
pretty terrifying. So,
Horrifying for my dad, I think. Is absolutely
yeah, so if you've got one of the things that obviously happens
Strength 5 on their weapons, AP 3, damage 2. A unit of 10 of those jumping out of a raider is going to hit so hard.
by are going to go into a space,
Yeah.
you're going to rip
Marines better be worried.
basic, going to be hitting on a 2+, wounding you on a 3.
Those guys are Marine munchers right there.
waves.
Yeah, they are.
Slice through anything.
And
short
plus
of
2
the
attacks now instead of plus 1
Yeah, keeping
with
these
the
at arm's length
dual
together.
blades.
For the dual blade.
This is only
That's just on the leader though.
use and the
Yeah, it's just on the sergeant.
No,
codex at the hand.
yeah.
I know they're working extremely hard along with a brilliant core.
I've always liked the ink my models anyhow.
3 attacks apiece,
carefully,
4 on
lovingly
the clay
curate
deck.
the rules as they move
Woo!
forward. And I'm excited to see Sakari, sorry, I nearly went old school on them. Really bringing the pain on the tabletop.
Rules to represent those
we've
awesome
got
new
some
minis.
Necrons already, like,
Oh, you're gonna have to cut this
Yeah.
part. I'm gonna let you know that now. But someone just asked in their chat, is Forge World and GW researching eco-friendly materials to make models so their plastic isn't poisonous to wildlife?
Space Marine who would win that fight. And the stat lines really reflect
Why do we have to do
Goodbye.
that? I mean,
Absolutely
it's funny, but
end through elite.
not a horrible
I don't
question.
think the person was being funny.
Well, can you guys see the chat on my screen?
I think almost every
No, I have their Twitch pulled up in a separate box.
Okay.
a vast amount of the weapons have changed. Most of them to become more lethal. So it's going to be a good day for Decay players from this point on.
That was always the
Yeah, I
hallmark
specifically
of
didn't put the chat up that way.
Dark Elder were, was that their weapons were devastatingly
any-
powerful,
Sotcho couldn't comment on it and call people out.
That may be bad or not caught
but that they were ultimately quite fragile.
in our
Yeah.
recording.
We're seeing that
Yeah.
maybe even clearer for this new edition.
Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah, I want to apologize for that. Crash pointed that out to me last time that we did one of these reaction videos, and I was capable of attending.
Phenomenal, right?
So
There was
anybody that I may have called out
There we go.
for reading the chat.
There's some low info
Apology.
comments made in the chat last preview, and El Scotcho did not appreciate those.
Just look incredible.
Okay, so I've gotten rid of their chat 'cause I can't read it.
Yeah. Is
No,
that
it's just
is that bad?
All right, come on, show us more Dark
some of
Eldar
them were.
previews.
Some's not. Some just normal people really happy about the stuff.
That's good. I mean, I'm excited about that. I've been wanting to do a Dark Eldar army for years, and
I mean, you could just take all the Eldar minis that you have and spike them up, like newly converted Dark
Ooh,
Eldar.
they're talking about the real space raid.
Sides of the race, and then you can have a mix of all sorts of different stuff mixed in. So you can have some witches and some grotesques and some warriors and all sorts of things. And it works as an army without losing lots of your army bonuses, which is one of the things that makes your army kind of flavorful and thematic. So it lets you do the army that you wanted to do without having to kind of fit it awkwardly into lots of different weird detachments, which obviously in the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 would penalise you with less command points.
Oh, good. I'm glad they're bringing the real space raid back. That was such a cool, flavorful tool.
For a fair little chunk now, and I'm excited by everything. Starting history is the best thing ever. But
I'm unfamiliar with that phenomenon and or rule.
Oh, yeah, I will appreciate Dark Eldar not having to. Oh,
Necromunda, that's their theme music.
It's,
Looks like new Van Sars.
okay. Beautiful. I think I just found my gang, y'all.
I mean, Necromunda models are always cool looking, but
And I already like Van Sar to start with.
what do you think, there, Nova?
the House of Iron had the.
I mean, I guess the hoverboards are definitely Imperial looking. They didn't really float in my boat. I like the units, and it reminds me of Highlander 2 with those dudes like hovering trying to kill the Highlander.
dig it.
The
Yeah,
only thing I am scared of with Necromunda is the amount of terrain you need to cover the board to make the game fun.
Yeah, but it's super fun.
Oh, I know. I just like not if you don't have enough terrain. It's not.
No, I said if I ever had like multiple boards, say a game store or something like that, I would have a table set up permanently for Necromunda. It would be like a little hive city. It'd be super full. Yeah, gangways and walkways and all types of stuff. That way you could have a whole battle off the ground if you wanted.
That'd be cool. Playing the Necromunda game on my Xbox. Yeah, I know Xbox not popular. Blah blah blah. Anyhow,
you know, it's pretty popular. I mean, Xbox is actually outselling PS5 in Japan right now.
Wow,
I don't know how that's happening.
that amazes me.
it's not outselling the PS5 in Japan.
That's what some YouTube commenter said.
All right, let's focus on 40K. We can discuss that later. Personal. Anyhow, Necromunda, the video game, super fun, even though it's glitchy. So everybody should check it out. I really dig those plasma pistols, though. Is that what those are?
I have no idea.
They look like plasma pistols. They had the little coils on top and the little nubby nub that you see on the plasma weapons.
Yeah. I don't get what the arm thingies are, especially on the guy on the left there. Looks like some other, maybe like a laser focus weapon thingy. It's a laser target designator. Although why they'd have that in the Underhive, I have no idea. You know, these guys kind of remind me of some Warmahordes models, though, a little bit, like with the armor style, because they've all got that like bootstrap armor piece over the
Their
top.
shoulders would have to be way bigger to be
That's
in
true.
the Warmer Horde universe.
That's true.
Yeah, Warmahordes has World of Warcraft level shoulders. I would love to see like a true WoW minis game. That would be pretty cool.
That's y'all's cup of tea.
If they did it in arena, like an arena style where you had an arena map and then you had a 4v4 team, that'd be cool. Like Warcraft Arena with miniatures.
It sounds like you guys need to pitch a game idea to Blizzard.
Wouldn't be it, I mean, realistically, it wouldn't be that hard. You would just build each person as, you know, a hero character.
The minis wouldn't be too difficult. Rules wise, the crunch would be kind of complicated.
No, that's what I was saying. The rules actually wouldn't be that hard.
No, I think you'd use something kind of like the feat mechanic, like in Warmahordes, for your abilities and wows to represent their cooldowns.
I really dig these guys, though. Is it just me, or do those things look like they've got like a kind of a canoptic spider?
Hopefully these things have power, otherwise they won't be able to go over water.
You gotta have power.
I don't get the reference. So.
Back to the Future 2. Hoverboards don't work over water unless power. I got you, Nova.
Thank you.
I dig those pistols.
You know, I see a lot of people actually taking those heads to use on Space Marines.
Yeah, actually. I could see those in, well, like the one dude kind of most towards the front. He could
I
definitely.
actually want those shields for an Alpha Legion Death Watch kill team I'm making.
Of course, it's going to be Alpha Legion.
I just don't like clear plastic on models.
Well, you
I
could.
don't think they're clear. They come in like this weird shade of green, and I think they've used shades to make them that bluish tint.
No, it's printed in blue. I've seen the.
It's
from
printed in blue? Okay.
Yeah, that clear blue. The parts on the front are you attach afterwards, so you actually Crash. They're fairly easy to paint because the armature bit on the front is separate, and you glue it on afterwards. And so it's just one clear plastic piece that you glue over.
I just don't like clear plastic. I think they make minis look like dolls. I don't like clear plastic on minis.
For energy shields, I don't mind it, but that's it.
But I don't like clear canopies either, like on the Eldar vehicles. I don't like them. They make them look like toys, not minis.
Yeah, I always paint mine.
Wait, did you say the canopies?
Yeah, canopies on Eldar vehicles. I don't like clear plastic. I mean, we all have our oddities. Nova doesn't like magnetizing.
No.
It's just that's just one of my idiosyncrasies. It's something that bothers me, and I don't even really have a good explanation for it, other than I just don't like it.
Huh. I did not know that about the magnet thing there, Nova.
No, it kills the spirit of the model and make you roll bad.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. Imagine a Yu-Gi-Oh deck when they talk about the spirit of the cards. Your models have spirits.
I consciously mind blank anything.
Your models have an anima to them.
Maybe if I put magnets in my models, it'll make my dice rolls better. Because my dice rolls are already not quite as bad as Crash's, but.
My dice rolls are why I don't do more tournaments.
Yeah. Are they talking about anything important? Because I can't hear them.
No, they're talking about the Sylvansar Necromunda stuff.
Okay.
Which I like Necromunda well enough. It just
I don't play it, otherwise I'd be more into it.
Yeah, that's the part of the, well, you have, that's almost one of those you have to go to a game store sort of games, you know, because you need a dedicated space to be able to play that at your house, you know.
Well, I mean, Necromunda does play on a smaller field than 40K.
It does.
You can play it at your house, but you do need the terrain. Like if you're playing on a sparse board, then it's not nearly as fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need some dense terrain. But I mean, they do sell the Necromunda boards full of terrain and stuff. It's just, it's a lot of stuff. And it's not something you can just like set up and take down real quick.
Nope.
You have to like sit there and arrange everything, all the doors and walls and
pipes where the monsters can come out and grab people.
Oh, I guess they're doing Lord of the Rings.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, some of these miniatures are awesome. Like, I just want to pick them up to have them get painted and put on my shelf.
I'm young. It takes a long time to say anything in old age.
Are they redoing the ends? That's cool, because their old models were really metal.
Wow, that looks like the orc from the movies. They did a good job on him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That looks cool.
Okay. That's like spot on. Good job.
Okay, don't just make Treebeard though. We need a bunch of other ints.
I can see him getting taken as a tree man.
Oh, totally.
He would look perfect for my Giants club.
So, Adam, it's been a very long time.
Adam is all geeking out. Did you see him? He was straight up fangirling.
Well, I think he used to be one of the head, like, Lord of the Rings writers.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, that would explain it then. I mean, I like the movies and the books.
When I caught,
Yeah, I like him.
I had the opportunity to peek down and have a peek over the shoulder of the designer, Gavin Newton, and see it coming along and see the finished thing on your screen.
Just don't understand the point of the minis game because, you know, there's not much wiggle room in the series.
Speculate on what they might
Everything peripheral to the actual main story. But I guess that's kind of 40K too. So
I mean, it is. Lord of the Rings is just long established. Like, we know what happened.
That's really, I think, all it is. You just know the eventual outcome. You know the ending of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
that model is awesome though.
Yeah, that Treebeard is fantastic.
I would totally buy the one without the hobbits clinging to his branches up top.
Oh, so those are extra parts. So how they've been doing the kit, Scott, is they've been releasing, like, this will be a single box set, but it'll come with extra parts if you want to put Merry and Pippin up on his branches.
Yeah.
So they released a Pippin and Gandalf, same thing, where you can put Pippin on Gandalf's horse to recreate those scenes. You can also, there's a Merry and Eowyn, and you can put Merry on the horse when they're doing the charge across the field.
Yeah. I'd like to see how close they got to Eowyn looks with that many.
Oh, well, she's got a helmet on, so
Okay.
it's spot on.
That's the smart way to do it then. Instead of trying to sculpt a real life person's face in miniature.
I want that Treebeard model.
Yeah, Treebeard is cool.
Yeah.
I want him to convert into a club. Crash knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about too. Yeah. Your big gargant toting it around. Yeah.
Well, one of their relics is a club that heals them, and also if they die, you can roll a dice and they'll get back up. It's like its life energy just empowers them. So I want to make it out. I wanted to make it out of a tree man. What better than the original tree man?
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
So what it was going to be, it's going to be based on his club, and I'm going to make it look like the legs and arms are continually whittled or broken off by the giant. He's like, nope, no growing for you.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, we've said it for ages. Games Workshop makes the best minis collectively.
Here's the thing: if we lived closer, I would make you all play Lord of the Rings. See what happened.
I mean, I have no problems giving it a try.
I could easily convince Scott to buy a dwarf army for the Iron Hills.
Neg.
I give you
spears.
I'll give you 20 minutes with me at the game store, and I'm going to have you in a dwarf army.
Neg, freebird scum.
Have you seen my percentages at work? Oh, it'll happen. It'll be your idea, too.
No, it won't.
It will, though.
I'm immune to the charms of the Nova there. That hoodoo that he's got there. See, there is a magical cure to not being able to be sold by Nova, and that is don't bring money or credit cards with you.
No, don't do that. Well, see, at my work, we have something called bill to the account, so you don't need to bring money or credit cards.
I know that's because you're already trying to talk me into getting or trying to sell me a new phone. So
It's like store credit at Book and Game when we were.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a terrible idea. I mean, great for them, terrible for us.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have the money right now? That's fine. Just put it on your account.
And I can't wait to see some of those guys get. You've been in a place where you have to.
Hey, I did pay mine off.
And I know that there's a few events.
Yeah, mine was paid off. I know some people are like, oh, they're going under. Don't bother, but
That's just messed up. That's how you get your game store to close. Is
Yeah. Like having
really
a,
sad.
having
Go
a
ahead.
type deal is a nifty concept. But you'd have to be selective with who you did it, who you allowed to do it.
Yeah.
And then that gets involved.
Well, not only that, but you get the possibility of people being, crying favoritism and discrimination and all this other stuff. So if I ever run a game store, that's a no from me, dog. I like the idea of having storage units or lockers, though.
oh, definitely would rent out like lockers so people keep the armies and stuff there.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, just get like a frame of those school lockers and yep.
And then like put shelving in there too, so they could have different layers.
Yeah. I mean, when Book and Game offered it, I mean, yeah, people stored their stuff there all the time.
Yeah. I know a good portion of those rentals that they had in the back, because they had storage units in the back of the store. Good portion of them were gamers. It also makes it a headache if you want to paint something. You have to go to the store and pick up the thing you want to paint and take it back to your painting station. So if you have a big enough storage unit, you could just build the painting station into the storage unit.
Rap is whispering our ears that it is 1 minute to go before the next segment.
1 minute to go before the next segment. Come on, give us something big.
We saw some 40K. We've seen some Necromunda.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Decay wasn't Death Guard. Or at least not Death Guard yet, maybe.
Well, I mean, they did the
Little crusade.
That Crusade book was mainly Death Guard focused.
Maybe it's going to be AOS Decay. But didn't they just get a book not too long ago?
No, the last two books were Lumineth and Sons of Behemoth.
The Nurgle Maggotkin or whatever?
No, that was a while ago.
You're often drawn to the thing that you remember most from, the lore or the movies or whatever. It's not some of the best moments taken in the smashing down the walls of Isengard, some of the best lines, some of the most.
I had to guess by looking at their headsets. I'd say Adam is in plays things where it actually requires speaking to people when he plays video games, and Eddie probably just has it for the audio, so he doesn't have to have speakers.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, DIRECHASM.
DIRECHASM.
Ooh.
DIRECHASM.
Ooh, a nice Chaos Warband. God, they really, those new Chaos Warriors are so cool.
Yeah.
I wish their rules reflected it. That is an awesome thing.
Wow. All of those.
Ugh.
They look like a female Chaos Warrior.
That's okay with me. I mean, they already have.
Yep, totally is. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. The armor just magically bonds to him.
The chat said it better. People screaming, "Those are beautiful models!" Eddie, new stuff for Underworld. What can you tell us?
Yes, so we know that there is a new season of Warhammer Underworld landing with us very soon before the end of the year. So, you know, in the next few weeks. This is the first Warband expansion to DIRECHASM. And you can see already that these are absolutely...
Oh, he actually said chasm correctly.
He did.
You say chasm.
Warhammer Underworld has just been a great collection of incredible archetypal miniatures for their faction. And I think this is no exception. These are the Ravagers. They are...
Actually, the one I like the least is the Sorcerer, and I still really like the Sorcerer.
Most Chaos Warriors I think I've ever seen. They are like...
He's definitely got like that old decrepit feel, but he's got obviously, you know, power.
Yeah.
So no, it looks great.
Actually, I changed my judgment there. I like the guy with the axe and the sword the least, because that's just a dumb pose. It's like, come get some. I'm going to stand here and let you hit me in the chest with your arrows.
Yeah, bro, he doesn't care.
My opinion,
You're just gonna ding off his chaos plate.
Yeah.
He's literally like, come at me, bro. That dude's awesome. And he's got the lizard man cloak.
What a pose. Just fantastic.
Yeah, actually, I think that guy's my favorite. The axe.
Yeah, I think he's badass.
What's there? So,
Oh no, I like the one with the top knot the best.
place of this Warband.
See,
This Warband...
they don't have helmets, which I think is stupid. It goes in that marine thing, but they had to leave her helmetless, otherwise you'd have no idea that they were trying to convey that it was a girl chaos warrior.
Yeah.
So I get why they did it.
There are already some of the hints about what
Like,
the Warband might
yeah.
do.
But because of my love of Sons of Horus and Black Legion, I also love the top knot.
Yeah.
You've got magic in there as well, so you've got a magic user. So this is very much the kind of toolbox Warband with lots of different ways that they can...
I mean,
The one I like the least is actually the one-handed axe dude. It's mainly his head, because I hate when Chaos Warrior horns come to a point and they put a skull in the middle. I just think that's doofy looking.
Yeah, I do too. I don't like.
He also actually looks like somebody you could just make out of the kit, not just. He doesn't look specially stylized like the others.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I love the lizardman cloak. I love the fur on the boots.
oh yeah. Now that is an awesome kit. I just wish the Slaves to Darkness models, had rules that matched.
They might. I haven't looked at their rules in a while.
Yeah, I'll have to play with it.
I was actually just looking at the rules the other night.
No.
No, they're like 18 points a pop, and they would get their butts handed to them by a lot of other infantry in the game.
That sucks.
2 wounds, 4+ armor save.
Ugh.
Most things in AOS have a 4-up or worse,
Yeah.
so that's common.
Yeah, there's really nothing special to Chaos Warriors in AOS. And the Chaos Shield, all it does is ignore mortal wounds on like a 6.
We're gonna get some kind of demon prince, I bet. I'm looking at one of their pictures for the silhouettes, and I've seen the Van Sar guy. One of them says Chaos Sorcerer. I bet you the other one's gonna be a cool looking Slanesh demon prince.
Yeah, that makes sense. Decadence.
Oh, they posted a picture of the Dark Angels Codex,
Yeah.
and it's even better looking when you can blow it up.
That's cool.
That's one thing they've been utterly on point with. These 9th edition Codex covers have been gorgeous pieces of art.
Oh yeah, they've all been amazing.
I mean, they've been in my opinion, these are the best codexes we've had since 3rd. Cover art wise. do like a lot of 4th edition codexes, but the 4th edition codexes kind of pulled away from the artistry that a lot of the 3rd edition codexes were.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least. And these 9th edition codexes are going back to making the covers like artwork. Not look at this is what the army is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Drukhari one looks really good too when you can blow it up.
Ugh.
I'm not gonna lie, I totally felt that shiny module syndrome come out when they were showing off some Incubi rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to do Dark Eldar for quite some time.
I've always had a sneaking like for them too, so maybe they'll redo the Scourge models and make them look good and worth the points.
The Scourge are awesome looking.
Yeah.
They need plastic mandrakes.
Yeah, the Scourge has got new models.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, they're bird and batwing dudes. The dark Eldar range is almost all plastic.
Yeah. No, the Scourge models are fantastic. I'd like to
It's one of the most fully complete ranges. I honestly think only mandrakes and the grotesque are Finecast.
I want a plastic version of the Mandrake, and I want them to remain relatively the same. That Oni demon Japanese kind of.
I mean, they nailed it when they did the Incubi crossover, so I'm sure they'll do a good job.
Yeah. So is the feed frozen, or are they just still geeking out about these models?
They're still
they're still geeking out.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
if they make the Slaves to Darkness good again, or not good again, good, I should say. I do have quite a few Chaos Minis from back in the Warhammer days.
Wouldn't take much to build that into a workable AOS force.
No.
Chaos Warriors.
That Dark Angels cover. I've got it pulled up over here. The Drukhari cover, really, really good. A Dark Angels cover though,
yeah,
it goes back to evoking that Knights Templar monastic warrior look, which I always found funny that Black Templar are Knights Templar and Dark Angels are Knights Templar.
Well, I think the difference between the two is like the Black Templar are more like what I bet the Knights Templar were, just go crusade, kill things.
Well, the Knights Templar were heavily mysticized. They had a lot of ritual and whatnot.
But I think the Dark Angels more and better represent that aspect of their actuality.
Ugh.
We'll still land very soon, and we know already
those covers are sick.
And now we know there's a Chaos Warband joining as well. So the next season is already taking us to very exciting and tick a lot of those boxes of the kind of like, what about this Warband that we haven't seen? We've had a little hint at the Seraphon as well. So a lot of the kind of, wouldn't it be great if we saw a insert X Warband of this army? We know we're getting it. I can't wait to see it the rest of the season.
Yeah, totally agree. There's a few people saying, when are we going to get to see X, Y, or Z? And maybe bemoaning the Decadence space because in our time.
There we go.
Why don't we do the next reveal and see where we end up?
Hey, that looks Slaneshi.
Oh, 100%. It's Slanesh. In the most fabulous corner. Oh, it's Fulgrim.
It's almost perfect already.
It's Fulgrim.
In AOS though?
Oh, they did say Mortal Realms. I don't know. It looked like a 40k fortress for a second.
And beautiful champion of chaos there has ever been.
Then it's just the Demon Prince guy.
I'm back.
Oh no, it's
And
probably
I'm more
dude.
magnificent than ever.
Sigvold.
Oh, it would be Sigvold.
It is.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay.
I'm buying that.
Huh?
I'm
Oh.
buying that miniature.
Can you say Demon Prince Fulgrim?
I mean, right?
Ooh,
Look at those.
armored demonettes?
I think they're just warriors.
Still, wow.
Ah! Dang.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's so cool.
They were already selling me on those Warhammer Underworlds warband.
That was pretty wild. I love it.
Ah.
I've gone absolutely bananas. I told you this would be a preview with some Decadence and Decay. We started off with the Decay.
Dang,
1.0,
nabbit.
And now we've gone full
That's so cool.
Man,
Decay.
those were pretty full.
Yeah, so this is
Those.
Sigvold, the Prince of Chaos, the Magnificent. He probably has a list of titles as long as your arm, but this is one of the most iconic characters from the world
He's
of
so
Warhammer,
tiny.
gloriously classic.
But, I mean, they
Good.
remarkably true to the classic model, though.
They've done a really good job with that. Hey, at least all I can say is I already have a Hedonites army, and this is just building onto it.
There you go.
That's my defense, and I'm going to stick to it.
I think Adam, you had a chance to look at this close at the time.
Ah.
No, you'll just
Go
trade.
right next to my awesome Big Trouble in Little China themed army.
Really standard mystified, both miniature and paint job by the Americans as one of the greatest of all time.
Show me the new one. Get rid of the, get
Yeah,
off
I
the
don't
old
care
one
about the old
already.
one no more.
I mean, the old one's cool, but yeah.
So, an unthinkable resolution.
Yeah, the old one is cool, but he was designed to fit in a little block of warriors.
Yeah.
Extraordinary. And then, so you
Actually fit as a Chaos Champion. That was kind of cool thing about him.
know, everything, the expectations of the fans could possibly raise the bar.
Come on.
Here we are.
Roll on.
Let's-
There we go.
Oh my goodness. He's Primarch sized.
The new Blue model is absolutely.
Wow.
This is one of the most iconic, most expressive
Oh.
characters of the entire Age of
It's so amazing.
There are some pieces in there.
Yeah, that
And
guy
it's
is
such,
going to be.
and it's such a Fulgrim tease too to
know.
40k fans.
He is
That-
going to be one of the most converted models.
The sword.
So if you cut off his top half and just put it on the Marathi bottom, you have Demon Prince Fulgrim.
Oh, you totally do.
The model that was inspired and informed the world that was.
You totally do.
Yeah.
Top half him, but, well, you know you're going to see some of those now.
More elaborate. The sword.
You're not you're not the only one that's going to think of that.
Oh no, people are already like laser eyeballing exactly where they need to cut.
Oh, that is, I mean, I think I'm speaking out of turn or prematurely when I say that is easily one of the most beautiful models GW's ever produced. That,
Bruh. Look at the boots. They're so good.
oh, even the boot,
He's got the pointy elf shoes and everything.
that is just, wow. Wow.
He looks. The face looks like Gronk from the Buccaneers, formerly the Patriots.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Man, but look at like that mane of hair.
I know.
I bet that's definitely gonna be multiple layers. Okay, so not only is this gonna be bought for AOS, I easily see this being bought for Demon Prince conversions for 40k.
Yeah, wings instead of the cloak, and wow, it's
Wow.
So, does Fulgrim have a snake lower half now that he's a demon prince, or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He's literally the upper half of this model, but with angelic wings and a giant snake half.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean,
And I think he's got 4 arms.
he does.
Oh god. I find him like in the top 5 of the most annoying Primarchs. So I don't pay much attention to Fulgrim.
Well, hey, he and Calgar get along because they both Falcon Punch and Avatar.
I love it.
I'm looking at all the little details on him, and it's just
Oh yeah.
fantastic. I mean, it's not often Games Workshop renders me relatively speechless.
Is it me, or is there such an Inigo Montoya vibe from the sword, too?
Oh,
My name is Inigo Montoya. You
it
kill my
does
father.
have that basket hilt, old school rapier look.
Yeah.
And you
I've
just
never
see him instead of like actually like deflecting someone's broadsword, he would just like twirl aside and like stab you in your arm while you're flailing. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna buy 2.
Now I have to start a Chaos
But
Warrior.
look at these thingies. So these look like a cross between Chaos Warriors, Sisters of Silence from 40K, and Dark Eldar.
That dude has a Tetsubo.
So these are effectively warriors of Slanesh who have a soul which is paired with a demon.
Oh, they're possessed.
Oh, they're possessed.
Elements of demonesque kind of coming through in the faces, and they have a range.
I see these being used as 40K possessed too, because they're way better looking than 40K possessed.
Yeah.
So they're kind of unified, obviously, by the color scheme and the palette and the.
Their potions on their belt should be different colors. They're all blue. That's boring.
All very unique.
Like red and green would be cool.
Bro, it's all Kool-Aid.
They are,
Magical drug Kool-Aid.
and you can
The
imagine
best kind.
That's
That's
like,
been edited.
I only.
I mean, I won't lie, I'm not a huge fan of the heads.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not all. I mean, the masked head is not. Oh,
These right here, these dudes and dudettes are amazing looking.
Not gonna prevaricate. I just think they look absolutely
Look at the legs; they remind me so much of Noise Marine artwork.
level.
yeah.
The shield has got the deep
If they're not going to maybe later this year bring out, or well, not this year, but next year, Emperor's Children, I'd be surprised because they could just reuse a lot of this art asset and just 40K it.
Yeah. Swap the arms, basically.
Chaos Warriors extrapolated out to the.
They could. I would love to see these painted up like they paint Noise
This
Marine.
one here, the bottom one on the right, the screen looks like an Archon.
Yeah, he does.
Then the beats and the Zangors and the cultists and things like that. And we see it now.
His shield looks like it's ready to eat you too.
You can take the kind of Chaos Warrior archetype and layer
I
on
want that Tetsubo though. That was cool.
associated with, and you can see
This is a dual kit
and much like
with the other guys.
kind of
Yeah.
Just a head and weapon swap, but well, I can definitely say Slanesh is not the direction I thought it was going to go with AOS.
Mirror the symbol of
But
itself. They've got
these
the-
models just-
And I love how they're much more the elegant, graceful warrior, and they're building up the martial aspect of probably their pride
one tip and a two
and their scorn and things like that.
Yeah. Instead of going with the ooh sexy.
One of the
aspect.
things
Which is fine because it needs both to work within the lore that they've built.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody say, and this is really an observation actually. That
And look, this is how you have tall hats that look cool, Lumineth Realm Lords. Take a gander.
Yeah.
is quite an observation.
And you notice there are no cow heads in.
Exactly. It's
made
from a-
from the head of a size human. So it's perfectly possible that is.
I really dig those swords though. Actually, those are cool.
that would be right up there in terms of the sort of thing.
Did they just say that they have possessed shields?
Sort of the weapon nerd in me can't help but look at the detail sometimes with the finished design is pretty interesting. If you look at the shield on the very far right, it's been made, it's got the sort of leather padded cushioning for the arms to slide through and sort of gripped by the sort of the brace.
You're talking about the one with the mouth on it, because
Making the thing look great.
I think the nice thing about that is that if you're a Chaos Warrior in a corner or something, you probably don't care about
I like how they've also defiled the Custodes golden color.
yeah, that's actually cool.
They almost just look like evil Custodes too.
Ooh, that's some blasphemy, sir.
I mean, these are, like Sigmar, these are some of the most impressive models I've ever seen from Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I'm buying next year.
Like I said a minute ago, Slanesh is definitely not the direction I saw myself going in AOS, but those models are just amazing.
Man, I'm gonna run that with my Celeste and my Keeper of Secrets and all my Demonettes.
I mean, yeah, you've already got most of the, or not most of, you've already got a Slanesh demon.
I was gonna say most. I have a fully ginormous Slanesh army.
I was looking at all my demons that I have for my 40,000 Suns, and I realized I've got a good chunk of a AOS Zinch demon army.
There you go. Just pick up that I think it's the Arcanite book, and you're set.
I was
Not in that one starter pack. They just the
You
Christmas
probably
pack.
just need a big bird.
I was actually looking at that because I have 10 Zangors that I built that have the twin blades. And then I've got 6 Screamers, a bunch of Flamers. Like, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. If I picked up that box set, that Zinch Christmas box set, that would give me the Lord of Change. That would put me up to 20 Zangors. That would give me 20 Carrick Acolytes. Like, I was just looking at it like,
Give you
And
on Summoner.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that would actually fill out a good portion of the army. And Flamers in AOS are actually pretty solid. I was looking at their stats, like, they're pretty solid. You give them an Exalted Flamer and to roam around with them, and they will throw some damage.
Go all roasty toasty on stuff.
Screamers are pretty good too. High wound count, high attack count, very fast.
Sounds like you might have found your AOS army. Now I just got to decide.
Join with all these thousands of people from around the world and to seek out all the great things of Warhammer. Warhammer 40,000 with Book of Rush, with Dark Angel,
I guess this is it.
with Codex Doctrine Dark Angel, Codex
Oh, this then?
number 5, Necromunda, with House of Artifice, and a new
Yeah, just recapping.
and the Archaeotech, thank you, Eddie, into the Middle Earth Strategy Battle game, winning its Treebeard, possibly the most exciting new plastic monster I've ever seen for Middle Earth, and its 2 little Hobbit companions. We went into Underworld with the fantastic new Ravagers Warband, and then stopped by.
I will say, I would think doing this show, they would pick up mics and stuff,
Pretty wild, right?
so they didn't have headsets on during the preview.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we definitely have a significantly lower budget than they have,
Yeah.
and we managed to do this without headsets on. So
Yeah, that is pretty funny,
sure they
actually.
could manage it.
I think they also have somebody in their ear saying what they can and cannot talk about too.
Oh,
They've mentioned somebody
that'd
like
be
that.
you through a Bluetooth earbud in the left ear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or, I mean, they could do like you used to, Nova, and just have like earbuds in that were tucked up your shirt so that people couldn't see them. You know, you don't need the full-on headset.
Absolutely. So, in that case, I think it's time to
I
sign
mean, it might be harder for Adam than it would be with Eddie. Eddie's got hair to hide it all, so.
your companionship and your absolute wisdom on all the things I don't know.
So we're going to get that flash through preview showing off everything in a
You're
second.
out behind the scenes who have made the technology work so ably, but most importantly, all of you.
Eddie needs a better
have lovely
webcam.
afternoon to see you again very soon.
I'm just saying.
What's that?
Eddie needs a better webcam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, we're working on our budget. They're working on a Games Workshop budget. Get him a Razer Halo. Like $150.
Or pounds if you prefer.
Oh, no, they didn't do the sweep through preview. Okay.
Well, that's annoying.
Well, all right then. I will stop.
Oh, we got another preview next weekend, it looks like. No, never mind. That's today. Disregard. I'm just being a derp.
Oh, you're fine. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop share on that screen.
Yeah.
And well, that was those Slanesh models.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little more thing on that Warzone Caradon. It's going to be Death Guard, AdMech, Imperial Knights, and Drukhari, are the four factions fighting. So
Oh,
that
I
makes
saw some
sense
systems
that
about it.
Drukhari going to be, the next Xenos Codex.
I'm fine with them doing thematic, like reworks like that. Like, hey, we're doing this Warzone, so we're gonna redo everybody that's in it, or at least making an excuse. Hey, everybody we're redoing is in this new Warzone. Go out and play with the new armies. But if that rework on the Incubi is any indication of what we're going to get with the rest of the Drukhari Codex, that warms the cockles of my heart.
Yeah, Dark Eldar players are going to be very, very happy with that codex. If it stays true to that.
So I'm hoping that they patch the model for Warhammer Total War for Sigvold. They probably won't, but
Probably not.
oh my goodness.
But
It's so good looking.
as far as the Drukhari, like they have a lot of really solid units. The problem is right now you can't use them together without ditching your Coven or Cabal rules.
Yeah.
So because you take them as Cabal to get the special rules, or a witch cult to get the special rules, or a homunculus coven to get their special rules, and it excludes a lot of models.
Yeah.
Like you can't take scourges with homunculus covens. You can't, there's a lot of units that can't be taken with other groups, and so and then homunculus covens are the only group with a solid troops choice right now. The cost of Dark Eldar warriors and witches is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Whereas homunculus covens have racks, and racks are still really solid for their points.
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see because new Drukhari Dark Eldar Codex also means that it has implications for Inari if they continue to be a faction. I mean, which we'll see when they get an update or not, and because their troops in that book are potentially too. So, and to be honest, I like Dark Eldar Warriors a lot better than I like Eldar Guardians as far as troop choice goes.
Well, right now, Dark Eldar Warriors are like 11 points. So
yeah. Well, I'm just saying from just a pure rules standpoint, no points cost talk. They're just a more solid rules wise.
But yeah, no, because I was playing around with Dark Eldar lists and trying to make a good homunculus covens list. You really have to take multiple detachments, and in 9th edition that penalizes you.
Yep.
Now I can see if they make the coven / cult / cabal rules even better than they currently are. That way it encourages you to take a solo force or to take multiple detachments to get the units you want and keep the special rules, or give you a combined sort of deal where you get some lesser special rules, but you have access to all
Well,
the units.
it sounded like what they're talking about is they're going to bring back their real space raid detachment and not make it a drain on your CP. That way it can do triple patrol.
Yeah.
Which, okay, I'm down with that.
Because that would do exactly what you're describing, is allow folks to.
I would be
I'm still geeking out over this Slanesh stuff.
Oh no, I've got it up right next to y'all's heads, and
Me too.
I've never been big on the Slanesh stuff, but
The martial pride aspect, though, might be.
Did you see the name of the warriors? They're called the Myrmidesh Painbringers. So it's a play on the Myrmidons from Achilles.
you see that the way they did the scroll down, like you scroll down, you hit the Sigvald model, and then you scroll further, and it sweeps away the old one to show off that glorious new demon, because he's a demon prince, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine he's a demon prince with the stature and the horns. Yeah. There's no way he's just a mortal champion anymore.
What were you saying there, Scott? Show just a.
No, just an agreement.
You know, it looks too like his head and face. Like, who is that? Was it Fabio? Is that what the guy was called? He was on all those like romance novels in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
A little bit. The hair,
Well, I mean, it just reminds me of that.
the hair definitely speaks to that. No, I can see it. I can see it. Fabio was in Zoolander.
Yeah, he was.
You have honored me as the best model / actor. And the fact that he actually did that is fantastic. Like, he actually got on stage and did that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I like when people can be self-aware.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even usually like Slanesh, but I would play that. I mean, I would buy a whole boatload of those dudes.
we're saying something about martial pride.
Oh, yeah. You've never really been, since I've known you, you've never really been attracted army-wise towards the whole, ooh, sexy Slanesh, you know, the whole, you've always been more like the, you know, champions and, you know, folks that are going to mess you up, the mortal warriors that have, you know, ascended. I mean, it's so, I think, yeah, if you do end up picking up AOS, that's probably a good solid choice for you.
They just, yeah, and they do embrace that aspect of slashing perfection, like the perfect killers.
Yep.
Oh, I already see how this dude's gonna get painted in with my army. Like, he's gonna have like the dark red cloak, probably jet black hair.
Oh, I didn't even think of it. He would look good with like dark tones. I would do like.
Well, I mean, because my army uses that the almost, it's like an offset flesh color, and then it uses a lot of greens and reds. So that's what I'm envisioning Sigvald in.
Well, funny, I was actually just saying I would do like a blue-green steel for his armor. Actually, pretty similar to some of the shading on his shield at the bottom of his shield. I would do like a blue-green steel.
And for his weapons, they would look awesome in that the Grey Knight Silver that's got like that blue tinge to it.
I would do him up the Sigvald model. He would be like Retributor armor gold, like straight up, like
he looks non-metallic
because it's the most pretty and fancy. You know, yeah, he kind of does almost.
I actually think he might be non-metallic metals in most places.
And I'm not a fan of non-metallic metal, but I like this color scheme.
Like, I'm looking at the close-up shots of his armor, and I don't think that's metallic paint.
Yeah.
But like I said, I need two. I need one in AOS, and I need one for 40k.
Well, 30, yeah, 40k, yeah.
Oh no, he's going to become a demon prince.
Yeah,
40k
you
demon
think he's
princes
gonna
are,
be
are,
the,
are doofuses.
He would be a good 30k Fulgrim model, though.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
chop the
he's-
horns off.
I'm gonna say I think I like him better than the Forge-World one.
Oh, I'll say it hands down. Oh, see, I'm envisioning him like done up for 40k in like really dark colors, like charcoal black skin with like red eyes and stuff like that.
Interesting. They always call Fulgrim the Phoenician, or not always, but they do a lot in the 30k novels. So I don't know why, but I've always pictured Fulgrim as like olive skinned. I know they don't describe him that way, but like just because of the nickname that he has, olive skinned, dark hair.
I mean, I can see it.
That'd be kind of cool looking, actually.
This model has so much win and so much character to it. This is the pose that Forge World really struggles with, in my opinion, of their Primarchs. Because a lot of their models, they either do an action pose or they try to do this stately, like, regal pose. And most of the regal poses never hit with me. And it's like this. It's right here. This is an amazing looking pose. You can imagine, like, this gust of wind blowing at just the right moment in the action movie, making this dude look...
Yeah.
And it's just amazing.
You know what? I know what it is. He needs a couple of little slaves on the side with like big feather fans.
Then it looked like a heavy metal magazine.
Like I'm looking at the Forge World version of Fulgrim, and it's confusing. His pose is confusing because it looks like, I mean, it looks like he's like leaping like diagonally into the air, which makes no sense. And if he's landing,
that's because he's part of a set, and you need for it to look correct at all, you have to have
Ferris
Manus.
But and admittedly, but like I'm just looking at him. If he's leaping sideways, why is his sword arm upheld like that? You know, the sword arm upheld like that makes it look like he's actually landing and coming in for like an attack. But then his cloak should be in the opposite direction. If he's leaping diagonally, the sword arm upheld like that makes zero sense. Like it's a very confusing pose.
It's almost like he's trying to leap away from Ferris Manus's hammer and stab him at the same time, but like it's way up here with the stab instead of.
Well, and even the positioning of his feet doesn't make sense. The positioning of his feet actually would be like he's landing there, not like he's pushing off.
I got an idea for Games Workshop sculptors, and what they need to do is they need to hire a couple of like people that know how to actually use the weapons that they're supposed to be portraying here to like try and create this pose so that it's realistic, you know.
Oh wow! Someone actually posed Russ fighting Fulgrim, and it looks so much better than Ferris Manus fighting Fulgrim.
Oh really?
In the Fulgrim page, when you go, we'd love to see your work, and you can click on what people have done. There's a diorama of Russ versus Fulgrim.
Let me bring that back.
I will look that up in a moment. My computer's not been behaving very well, so.
Oh, that does look way better. That makes it look like he's dodging to the side as Russ is sweeping.
It actually makes Fulgrim's pose make sense in this.
All right, now I have to look.
Yes, you do.
I'll bring the image up. I'll link it over to you.
Well, I already know the website. You're good.
I don't like the exact image. I just linked it in the Discord.
Got it. Oh my gosh.
That makes it look like he's like twisting out of the way of Russ's oncoming blade and getting ready to like counter slash at him. That looks fantastic. Whoever did that deserves a medal.
I want Russ. I want that Russ model.
The proportions on this Sigvald model are fantastic too. He actually looks pretty realistic proportions, which is not usually Games Workshop's forte.
No, it is not.
I mean, obviously he's huge because Demon Prince, but
Very.
Like I said, so many people are going to be buying this model.
oh yeah.
I'm looking at the. Sorry, when you click on the Forge World website and pull things up, that Zote looks very lizardy.
Well, they are lizards.
No, I know, but like way more than I remember. Like,
Well, the models that you were thinking of are ancient.
yeah, that's true.
The newer renditions, they were much more like this Croxigore mixed with a turtle.
I'm okay with that, actually. I like it.
No, I like the Zote model. I think it's cool looking. Nova and I were speculating last night on whether we might not be seeing some further Zote stuff, because we got one in Black Fortress, we've got one in Blood Bowl, and Warhammer Total War is bringing one into the Wood Elves.
They're getting a whole unit of it.
Yeah. And Nova was pointing out to me last night that Warhammer Fantasy used to have Zotes. And I didn't know they used to have Zotes in Warhammer Fantasy. So they had them in 40K and Fantasy.
They had them in Fantasy, and then in 8th edition Fantasy, they brought out a book called The Monster Arcanum, and they brought Zotes back. And I'm like, here you go. And they had heavy ties of being hermity and protecting the forest, and Wood Elves actually seeking them out to learn life magic.
That's cool. That would actually be something that would be awesome in 40K. We're about healing the galaxy.
That was, I mean, that was a pretty good preview.
Yeah, it was.
I'm buying 2 Sigvolts. Like I said, one for my Heathen Knights army, one for 40K. And at least, because it looks like these new Myrmidesh Painbringers will be in boxes of 5, which I hate, but I'll be buying 2 of those because I want a unit of 10 of them in my Heathen Knights.
Yeah. Sorry, you guys got me distracted. I'm looking at Primarch models, and I remembered how much I like the Lionel Johnson model.
Oh yeah, he's really cool. But they did say in the little preview, it says this is just a a peek of some of the forces he'll be commanding.
Ah,
So that means there's going to be more.
I'm down.
If they do some knights in this caliber, oh yeah.
oh,
Oh my gosh.
Some chariots.
Yeah, steed. Oh man, can you imagine the resculpt on the steeds if the same person is in charge of that look? Ooh.
I mean, and the new knights are great because they brought out new knights when they brought out new Chaos Warriors.
Yeah.
But just these duders on the steeds would just be even better.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if they give us Slaneshi Knights on the quality of these guys and the Slaves to Darkness Chaos Knights, like at that quality level, and I don't see why they wouldn't be at that quality level. I'm just saying.
Now, this is I kind of mentioned in the video, but I don't know if you had heard me, but do you see their helmets? They look just as tall as the cow helmets from Lumineth, but these are done right. Like, they don't look dumb.
They don't look dumb. They fit the model.
Yeah, that's I think part of the thing is the elves are so slender that no, I'm serious though.
No, it's just
These word choice is amusing you.
It's just these slim little elves with nerd up on top of their head.
Look at all these
Elves
glorious.
have always had that derpy headdress thing going on.
Look at these glorious top knots. That's how you know a band of warriors isn't afraid of anything.
Giving you that big old target to hit to break their necks with. Sorry. Me and Crash did some learning on the actualities of fighting, and there's a reason that everybody dropped the whole helmet crest thing.
SCA is brutal, yo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they didn't have the reflexes of Slanesh Knights.
That's true. That's true. But
true as well.
I mean, they're literally living in bullet time mode most of the time, probably when they're fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we experienced fighting that, Mr. Against Cody in the SCA. Lord Gunnar. That man ring your bell 6 times before you even realize you got hit once.
Yeah. It
So,
hurt.
on that helmet, you're stunned and shaken. He's dung 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 like 6 more times. You're like, hit, done, hit, stop.
I'm dead. Leave me alone. But yeah, the only way they'll let helmet crests in there is if they're magnetized to your helmet,
So it can
because then they can be knocked off.
oh,
Because they've had people dang near break their necks by getting the helmet crest or the horns on a Viking helmet hit. And
we have expensive hobbies.
yeah, we do.
You're thinking about it, I was like, oh, I'd like to get back into the SCA. I need more money for that. And then I look over at these Slaneshi warriors and I'm like, I just need more money in general. Guys,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, and this ties so good into that Slanesh Lord that came out in that Pain and Darkness box they just did. It works because if you notice on these knights too, like they'll have one booted foot, and look at their armored foot; it looks like a little hoof.
it actually kind of looks like they're like still transforming into like
They're trying to get up to these bros' gains here. They haven't done enough of the. Wow, sorry, I'm just out of it. I'm tired. I'm ready to go back to sleep.
we're all tired. It was an early preview.
Well, I am going back to sleep after this for a little bit, or I'm gonna lay down anyway.
Oh yeah, what was the box? The
What's
Pain
in the
what?
box? What's in the box? It is. Is it on pre-order still? Or did it already come out?
It's a Sigmar Shadow and Pain. There we go.
Shadow and Pain. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I guess that Slaneshi Lord. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of that Slaneshi Lord. Wait, am I looking at the right unit? The one with the big giant mace?
I'm going right now.
Yeah. I mean, he does fit the aesthetic that these guys are moving into.
Yeah, I mean he's just more over the top because he's a lordish model, and he's more of a combination of the Slaves to Darkness look.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up right now so I can see.
But if you had them side by side, you could easily say, yeah, they're in the same army.
Yeah.
Like visually, there's many similar cues. And then there's also that new there's a new Slanesh warband coming,
Oh, in DIRECHASM? Yeah.
and they look really good.
Okay, so I really like this rider that I'm seeing on the. He's got a whip and that helmet crest and all that. Wow. Sorry, I'm looking at the. I didn't even pay attention on the Shadow and Pain, but
There we go. Oh man, yeah, the DIRECHASM. That one you get two. Basically, they're marauder looking people. There's a marauder looking person with a bow,
Yep.
and one with a spear. And then there's more of this the Chaos Warriors. He actually got the same shield as these dudes.
He does have the same shield.
And then there you've got the Slangor.
The fabulous goat.
Yeah.
wait a minute. Can you guys link that in the chat so I can pull it up?
Oh,
I don't.
I got it from a Spiky Bits article.
Okay, that works.
yeah, I've got it off a Spiky Bits article too. Yeah, no, that shield is the.
Woo! I hadn't seen this.
So either way, you take these guys who look different, you take that Lord who looks different, and you take these new guys who look different, and you put them next to each other, they still look like they'd be a cohesive army.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good preview.
Yeah.
So my thoughts are we're going to get a more of this sort of Arabian themed Marauder box for Slanesh.
I'm okay with
Then I'll
that.
go with these other pant dudes. And if they stay the course and make them archers, that'd be one of an actual cool range unit for Chaos, which they lack a lot of.
They do.
I'd be down.
So here we go. We got Sigvald coming. He's got his Bruiser Warriors. He has his Special Possessed. He's going to have Slangor. And he's going to have a Marauder type.
The Fabugoat.
Yep, there you go.
And it'll all look glorious in my big
You know what?
little China army.
Dude, that goat has a new nickname in my head.
Dude, the goat has horn tassels. Check it out.
I know, I see that. But no, that goat is strongly reminding me of Dr. Frankenfurter
Oh.
with that
Yeah.
corset thing.
And the boot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to the lab, check it.
This actually makes me want AOS Zinch Chaos Warriors. Want some Fantasy Thousand Suns.
That'd
Yeah.
be pretty sweet.
I mean, if they're done in this quality, yeah.
I mean,
we've
I
got
want Noise Marines, and it looks like I'm not getting them, so I'm gonna do AOS.
I mean, you could take these boys and convert them. Maybe.
Oh, you could totally paint those new warriors up in the stereotypical Noise Marine clashing 80s hairband
I
colors.
mean, if you look at the faces on their knee pads,
Yeah.
it looks like the Noise Marine artwork.
It does. It's the open, screaming mouth, grill. But yeah, I mean, we've got the all the corn stuff for AOS, like the Blood Warriors and everything like that. We've got Slanesh. We've got a bunch of Nurgle stuff. I think we need more though to fully flesh out the Nurgle line, don't we? And then that would just leave Zinch in need of their own Chaos Warriors.
Yeah. Be
But-
interesting to see what we get there.
I'd be okay with this. I've already got most of we already got a bunch of Zinch demons. I'd be okay with them expanding and giving me Fantasy Thousand Suns. I'm not sure how they do them without them looking like Fantasy Thousand Suns.
You don't have to go the heavy Egyptian theme.
They could build up more on the Arcanites, the cultist looking dudes.
Yeah, they kind of got a Greek cult feel thing.
So Greek cult, and they're also wearing like stylized like pink horror helmets, but bronzed out.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I can't stop looking at Sigvald.
It's an
Yeah.
amazing model. No,
I can't stop doing the little comparison tool where it's like old Sigvald, new Sigvald, old Sigvald, new Sigvald.
do you see what you mean? Like all the character acolytes are wearing the grotesque masks.
Was it pre-King Kai, post-King Kai?
Wow.
No. Super Saiyan Sigvald.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think that was a good preview. I love this Slanesh stuff, and I'm not big on Slanesh in 40k or fantasy, but I love the Slanesh stuff. That Dark Angels cover is pure fire.
Yeah.
That is a glorious piece of artwork. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Rocky Horror Picture Show themed Slanesh army. Just gonna say it.
Well, now you got to do it. Get to it, El Scaccio.
Dude, I'm not a Slanesh player. Nah.
I committed to a movie theme. You can too.
No, I've already done the 2nd/3rd edition Space Wolves commit. I'm not committing to AOS.
But he did the Big Trouble Little China Slanesh army. So now we all need to do an AOS movie.
Okay, well then mine's going to be 13th Warrior.
but that's just chaos.
Exactly.
That does not fit the spirit of the thing.
Boo earns. We say boo earns. There you go. You could paint them all yellow and be like the Simpsons Chaos Warriors.
That's weak, dude.
The Drakari, good. I mean, I want to see more, but
I know. That's what I was hoping is we were going to get some more rules sneak peeks there. I mean, they don't even got to modify the minis at this point. Just a little bit. Sorry.
And then speaking of Decadence, and they pointed this out, you can see it on the little pop-up better. You actually see like the plushy part for the Chaos Warrior's shield hand. Do you see that? Where his hand's against the shield, it looks like a plushy, cushy leather.
Yeah, they were mentioning it in the preview. But yeah, on the inside of the shield, on the warrior on the far left, or well, for I guess our right.
Oh, that's why they kept mentioning that.
Yeah, the inside of the shield has like this cushy padded leather, like motorcycle seat looking, super soft, luxurious armrest for the shield. And it's little details like that that really just every time I see new minis from Games Workshop, those details are what can reconfirm what we say. They make the best minis in the game. It's that.
I remember like dwarf shields, marauder shields back in the day. It's like it was just two little bits, and you stick the hand in between them. Boom, you're good to go. And now they have like little straps coming off the shields, and God, these look so good.
Yeah, that also kind of fit their aesthetic, though. I mean, I can totally imagine a marauder, like, dude dies in front of him and like, that shield's better than mine. Grab it, go into battle with it.
All right. Well, any other thoughts, boys?
No, I'm pretty psyched. I mean,
I'm psyched, and I'm not a Slanesh player, but I
Yeah.
want them.
I could do an army of those, but I got to trim the fat here because I've got high elves, orcs,
They would
chaos, and dwarves.
they would look really good with like jade armor.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Stop coming up with good ideas, Crash. Well, okay, so in that vein then, jade armor, what would you do on the Fabby goat? There.
Abby goat. No, I probably wouldn't give it jade armor. It's just something you send off to get killed in the front lines.
No, I know, but to tie it into the
Like my army.
I would probably do like on the cloth and the leather type stuff. I would probably do like a rich red silk looking, like shimmery silk looking cloth.
I'll link a picture of my Celeste because he is wearing like a lot of these drapey, almost Arabian pantaloon stuff too. And you can see what I would do, and that's just what I would continue on for the theme of my army.
No, that makes sense. But
Granted, I'd really want to, but I wouldn't be giving Sigvald a strawberry hat.
Dropping paints on my head. I was looking up at my paints like, oh, jade armor. What would I use for highlights? Like I'm immediately jumping. No, that's great blue. Where's my green? I got a real pale green. No, that's not it. That would be good for doing like the marbling through the jade. Like
yeah.
to make the jade armor look out like it's actually crafted out of jade. Oh.
That'd be so cool.
Well, I mean, good models like that should inspire a color scheme. You know, it when models are striking and distinctive and whatnot like that, you know, it should inspire a color scheme. like I know I have a picture in my head of how I would want to paint that Sigvald model, and I mean I might not have heavy metal, but are they still called the heavy metal team?
Yep.
Okay. I might not have the heavy metal team's skill and ability, but I also don't spend months on a single model.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think it's so much a difference in skill because I think you're pretty close, but I think it's a time thing because
I mean, they have like 5 to 6 months to paint one thing.
Yeah, they can literally sit there and be like, nope, placement isn't quite right. Nope, placement isn't quite right. Nope, placement isn't quite right. Nope, nope. Rinse the brush, new paint, and try, they can literally sit there and spend, hours just getting a single paint line exactly how they want it.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if they are restricted to using only Games Workshop colors or if they're allowed to use from other lines.
I'm sure they only use GW colors.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, I think it'd almost be if someone walked in and like took a picture of them with like Vallejo paint next to them, it'd be an embarrassment.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Because I was going to say,
From a company standpoint,
I could see it if like Vallejo or Reaper makes a color that GW doesn't have, but then why would you put that color on a Games Workshop official mini?
yeah.
Um,
Anyway, so for you guys later, I linked some pictures of my Slanesh so Scott could see like the jades and the cloths and stuff that I had done for my guys. They had gotten done for them.
I'll nip that.
Really? Huh. Yeah.
Where? Oh, are they in our Facebook group?
They're in our channel group.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean on the cloth. Yeah, I hadn't really given I actually don't think I've seen these since the work in progress photos, like close up to these guys.
Nidbait linked them in, but
But you never looked.
they were big group shots of the army too. They weren't individual model shots.
Gotcha. Yeah, these are definitely much closer model shots. These are whip picks too. These aren't like the finished stuff.
Yeah.
And your artist made that Kurt Russell shot look so good. Yeah, the cloth looks really good.
Yeah, I mean it's very striking because you don't see a lot of red used with Slanesh, and you could easily almost make it too corn looking, and I don't think it did.
No, that's like a wine red.
It looks sumptuous, luxurious, silky. No, it fits. Now your artist is really good. I won't lie. I would love to pick his brain sometime.
So, like Sigvald's armor, do you see how Celeste is almost that silvered bronze? I'm sure that's probably what Sigvald would be getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
we call him the Silver Simp.
Well, I've also noticed your artist doesn't do a lot of edge highlighting. He seems to do a lot more color blending. I know on your Ultramarines, they got hit with a fair amount of edge highlights, but like your Slashy guys, they don't have a whole lot of like the edge highlighting. They have, I mean, they do have edge highlights, don't get me wrong, but it's a better color blending.
I know. I always come to him with weird ideas. I'm like, let's do this Big Trouble Middle China army. Let's do a 2nd edition Ultramarine army.
Your Ultramarines look amazing, though. Like,
They do.
Oh, they're so good in blue in person.
I'm so glad that I suggested the readjustment of the gun shields on those one dudes because that was
The suppressors, yeah.
100%.
did you get your guys back?
Yeah, I got them yesterday.
Oh, we need some pictures there, bro.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You said
No
they're
problem.
so much better in person. Yeah, we should put up a gallery of the armies you've got painted and the models that we have painted.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I need to get my Knights basing done, and then they'll be officially finished.
It's actually kind of funny. Like now that I'm doing painting for work. I haven't painted any of my own minis. I need to paint some guys, but I just haven't been doing it. I've been so busy working.
Well, not only that, but now when you're not on a commission, it's probably last thing you want to do is pick up your painting stuff.
Yep. It's actually, I can understand why like Kenny from Next Level Painting, he has he's mentioned before, he does a lot of his like basic dudes, like his cultists or whatever have you. He hires out other commissioners to do those for him because he doesn't want to do all those guys.
Yeah.
He does like the guys that look really cool and snazzy, like characters, Terminators, stuff like that. But bulk troops, he pays for them to get done by a different person. I can see why.
Yeah, I know you've said that if I were to actually, practice on the regular, I could probably get up to your level or maybe even above there, Crash. But
you've got much better eyesight than I do. I know it's not as good as it once was. You're getting a little bit of faltering there, but you've got much better eyesight than I do. And you were always a good painter. I genuinely think if you could get yourself up on airbrush and painting techniques, a little, the more modern techniques, I think you would do fine.
But my big thing is I don't want to do commission just because I enjoy painting, and it's relaxing to me. I don't want to be stressed out about having to get it perfect for some other person.
I already want to make a meme with the Marathi and Sigvald model. And it's going to have Marathi, Sigvald, and then it's going to have a picture of that one, I think it's this Indian guy at a basketball game with that resting face, and it goes, Emperor's children and players waiting for Fulgrim.
I was thinking of a by our powers combined, like a Captain Planet meme, and then
that'd be funny too.
Photoshop Sigvald's top on Marathi's bottom. Oh, the memes. We need a meme smith for Warhammer memes. We come up with some good ones, and I'm not a good enough photo editor to do that. I mean, I can do it, but it's gonna look terrible.
Yeah, me either. So,
all right, boys. Anything else? Thought?
This preview was really good. Glad I got up. Going back to sleep now.
Yeah, I'm thinking the exact same thing.
I'm gonna take a nap too. By our powers combined, we'll go take a nap.
Yeah.
And remember, everybody, you see Austin Powers. I love gold.
Oh my gosh.
No, that was the quote.
I know. I get it. It just wasn't expecting Austin Power.
I couldn't help it with his golden armor. It's shiny. It's so gold.
Everybody, I've been Crash.
This is Nova.
El Sotcho.
We are the Armchair Generals. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another upload. And feel free to engage us in the comments section. We'd be happy for it. You guys have a great day. We're going to go take a nap.
There you go. Thank you for joining us for today's video.
We hope you enjoyed your time with us.
If you did, please remember to smash that like button.
Hit subscribe and click that notification bell.
So you never miss a video from us.
Until next time, we are the Armchair Generals.